Lucas is a teenager boy who doesn't talk with anyone, but he has this inner, big, rich life where he observes very attentively the nature, the animals, and his father. Lucas and his father doesn't go along at all. They have this abyss between them. And Lucas' father is a tough man who lives from the nature. He hunts, he raises chickens, and he cuts wood for their fireplace and wood stove. And one morning, Lucas found a baby eagle on the ground fighting to survive against two baby foxes who were threatening him. And Lucas was there right on time, and he took this baby eagle, he named him Abel, and he tries to raise and he takes good care of this baby eagle. There is a neighbor, educated man, and it happens to him to see Lucas with this baby eagle trying to teach the baby eagle to fly. And this neighbor decides to teach Lucas to take care of the eagle. And days, weeks, and months go by, and that baby eagle finally are more majestic, almost an adult, not quite, but almost. And now he can fly, and they are teaching him how to hunt, otherwise he won't survive in nature. And one day Lucas just decided that he wants to go away from his father. So he goes to his favorite place, the abandoned house, get his few belongings, and when he opens the door, there is his father. Ah, here is where you spend your days. That house was once their house. When Lucas was very young, he lighted a candle, but he was clumsy, so the candle fell, and he started a fire in the house, and he got scared, ran away. His mom came from the fields, and she was desperate. She was looking for Lucas, and by doing so, she got trapped into the fire in the house, and she dies. And that was the biggest pain, uniting and make them apart at the same time. Lucas' dad called Lucas, let's go home. And Lucas said, no. And he just ran away. A storm started right after that. And the storm gets heavier and louder and more dangerous. So his dad goes after Lucas, being worried with him. And in the middle of the storm, with strong winds, stones and rocks start falling down from the mountains. And Lucas got hit and injured by a stone, and he just fell down. His dad finds him and hugs him very, very tight, apologizing. In the middle of that storm, father and son got reunited. And then 2 or 3 years later, Lucas and his dad were in a very good relationship, working together, and Lucas was missing his ego. They saw an eagle dead between the stones on that storm day. His dad was certain that that eagle was Lucas' eagle. And Lucas was saying, no, that was not. It was his brother, not my ego, Abel. And his dad said, Lucas, it has been almost 3 years now since you last saw your ego. Just let it go. But Lucas was definitely certain, so sure that his ego was alive. He couldn't let it go. And then one day, his ego showed up to visit. And that was a miracle. And his dad was very proud of him. And that day, Lucas understood the importance of any being, the most important thing being the freedom. So he finally let the ego go to live its life without interfering or trying to interfere or trying to keep detachment and forcing that with the ego. This is based on a movie that I've just rewatched with my sister-in-law. And it's beautiful. If you have the chance to watch this movie, I highly recommend it. The name is Brothers in the Wind. And the reason that I brought up today is because I wanted to talk about friendship. When I was making a little research on Nietzsche, one of his quotes talks about friendship and marriage. He says that most of the unhappy marriage is caused because there is no friendship between the spouses. And I agree with him. And friendship, when I was young, I thought that the name and the label friend would be only for people who were on the same age as I was. It couldn't be too young or older, much older than I, because those two would be in a different category, like a little kid that I have or would have the responsibility to be more reliable, and for the oldest ones, they were senpais, which is someone older with more experience and more mature than I. So they were in a different category. And later I realized that actually friendship starts when you have only one single common thing. It doesn't require much to be friend. Just one smile, one good morning, or one look with that saying, "May I?" That is all that is needed to start a great, beautiful friendship. And that is the same with a beautiful marriage. So this is my little sharing with you today. With that said, I think we can start our love session now. Shall we? Thank you so much for joining me in our laughter session today. I hope you can make a new friend today and make a little difference in someone else's life. And I do hope that you remember that today is indeed the best day of your life. Enjoy it. Thank you again. I will see you tomorrow.